I'm wondering, there's no electricity in my apartment. You can decapitator one that stays in my home without my permission. Tell you that behind this post. Giving Andrew Suarez, I think that's his name, to connect with me possibly sometime. Okay, supposedly that's his goal. He's a terrorist, saying that he doesn't have ever a chance to connect with me, but he never does it in a proper manner, in a way that he shows that he's a man. So now they're like, oh wow, we're at the bend over comment, and she will react. So basically, these planted cells, and I'm tagging the FBI here because I'm seeking the death penalty for thousands of people. Where donate, and then he'll have come buckets approach me supposedly decades from now after he's dead and say that was your husband trying to connect with you. Truthfully, he wanted to give you money and you saw the death penalty for him and he killed himself. So this is why these cum buckets linger, these females. Because decades from now, they plan to say, well, Andrew killed himself and you didn't give him a chance. That bent over comment was meant for you to react and let him give you money. Doesn't know how to use PayPal. Get a lawyer and give me what he's stolen from me. They're disgusting. These people are gross. These people are embarrassing. I'm a mother of two, and I don't like my time being wasted. They're possibly comparing me behind the scenes because they're sex addicts, they're porn addicts. They're like, she didn't even You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that has caused for Jada and Kaylani to be separated from me. They're trying to become my best friend, a forced best friend. They're disgusting. They're pesters. They're worse than a toddler doesn't let his mom or her mom cook. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky Designs going. Lo que estoy pensando straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo. What else would I want today? I want to order food for myself, and I don't have money. I'm a victim of a hate crime every so often or every day. Know that I'm not after the or dick that I like. So they think that I need to confer every day and be like, okay, Sarah, Jennifer, Jessica, and Janet, and Angela. Today I'm not after John Bell, Andrew, and I'm gonna stay celibate for if you girls want to rape me. They try to take one hostage, like quite literal hostage. They're embarrassing, so gross. You can decapitate Angela Jones, you can decapitate Sarah Francis, you can decapitate Jessica Caro, you can decapitate who else? I'm bored, they're disgusting. They stay in my homes without my permission. He claims fear of commitment. I'm not even asking that of him. They don't even know how to do casual sex. And then they're embarrassed. They're like, what if I spank Arlie? Le gusta y la compa que yo le hago eso y me da más asco. I have already heard it decades ago. They're like, can someone teach me like what is wife material? I'm like, in sex? It's like I wouldn't have sex with someone that it wouldn't be like an essential everything down to burn me with a candle, but don't burn me to the point of hurting me or dying. ¿Cómo que tú vas a una para que te lo metan en el culo y otra para que te lo den en la nalga como un servicio asqueroso? Ew, ew, ew. I said like, this is the expert. En mamar la nalga. El otro día dice, no, a mí eso me gusta, no como lo hacen. Pero si quiero que me mamen un dedo, llámate a esta, y they're like, no, esa tampoco, yo no llamo a esa para eso. My dad has hung up or has guns to his head. Give me a chance at a relationship. I want money to date anyone right now. So dating or sex is out of the question for me right now. I won't date anyone until I'm financially stable. Yo no soy vividora, extortionist, and I won't ever turn into them. I'm bored. Donde Dios my students, I come back, it's still the pejorum. They say, yeah, it's my dad. How can I have a date with your daughter about me? My dad is like, you have to ask her on a date. That's it. What did I do here? What else? What else? What else? What else? That was decades ago. He's supposed to be very happy in a monogamous marriage with that chick that he's on Instagram with. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't make time and I don't have time to be interviewing him ever. If I run into him, I'm going to pay for a meet and greet at one of his concerts. Maybe he'll retire now, hopefully. And says, yeah, 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 I don't want her. Oh, they do that. I've heard. They're like, she has money and then she'll pay for a meet and greet with me. What do I do? What do I do? I don't want to leave my wife. So they go on to cancel the whole thing. And the fans are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Guess who ruined Thunder's career? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? What do I want to eat from Nomadland? What else? They get on drugs so high that they describe to themselves a planet where they're like, what if it was just the five of us in a planet? People are like, you can't buy a home and just live together, the five of you, for the rest of your life. Have Amazon deliver. That would be the equivalent of that. They're disturbing. There's so girls trying to kill people just to have one relationship in their life. They're embarrassing. Ew, ew, ew. Back to this. I want to clean my apartment. This is when I usually listen to this song. What else? 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 What do I want to do? They want to tell them that memorízate esos cuatro números de la tarjeta de ella porque you were married with her one day. So, si ella tiene dinero, si usa esa tarjeta en ti, eso fue Edgar, porque leímos que fue USA. Something that don't matter to a couple. Sometimes these come bucket seekers turn it into an argument for people. Decades ago, Andrew said to me that he would ruin my marriage with Jandel, and that he did. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. So gross. So bad that Jandel was drugging me while people were raping me, supposedly at the request of Gloria Nilsa, supposedly at the request of Andrew Suarez Basura, que Rosita, que asco. Pick me while he tries to kill me. That's what he does. Ew, 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 ew. That Edgar and I semi agreed. Then I shouldn't see that John there because I don't want drugs around my children. I don't want stress around my children ever. So they're like, we promise to you that if you don't accept our stress, we'll bring stress onto you. I'm like, I'll call the FBI on you and hope you get at least a public shaming, if anything. And me totally ignoring him. How do I add items? What else? No, but what else? A mí no me interesa si Yandel popped the question Marcelo a él instead of him asking me on a date. He's disgusting. I imagine him to be so gross. Then instead of picking up the phone and saying through Instagram, hey, how are you? Or through Facebook, or asking my mother for my phone number, that he doesn't say, hey, want to hang out today? It's like, I'm getting a come bucket because that's so much. Like, he picks for it, but send him in jail or the death penalty. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Or a public shaming. What else? I'm bored. Poor sensitive kid that has no symphonic concert. My dad said decades ago. And my dad warned me, don't talk to him. He may belittle you on purpose or on behalf of Andrew. Then why you don't have any money? That he's Mr. Worldwide right now with a tour. Like seriously, I had to go through this. Why can't you all be grown-ups for once? What else? 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 They could have been threatening him with guns. They killed my grandparents. They killed Gloria Nirsa. They want to blame everyone but themselves at their inadequacy of getting a date from me. They're embarrassing. They think that I'm gonna run to them and be like, "No, that my mother's dead. I'm gonna be happy with you." Then they kill one. I've heard those kill one. If they get what they want by killing, I've heard that they kill one. I've heard that they have David Ledesma's death date when he's much older if he doesn't get the death penalty. Sarah Francis' death date written down. They're disgusting. They're disgusting for if Sarah doesn't get the death penalty. So they think that by doing the illegal thing, they're extending their life. David Ledesma and Sarah Francis. They're stupid. They don't live. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Sarah Francis that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate David Ledesma, that asquerosidad, that raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. That was possibly texting Janden while I was on the say, "Ha, I'm gonna rape her whether you try to avoid her or not." I never thought about those people ever. I didn't even talk to Jen and Kelani about them. They get jealous. They're like, if she's listening to Jander's music, then I want fame. These people, they're disgusting. They're like, that's not fair. She's at home listening to Jander's music and the kids don't know about my existence. They're embarrassing. When I say that they're embarrassing, they're embarrassing. So gross, so disturbing, stupid. What else? 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 Se lo maman literalmente a cualquiera just to see what the next best thing is. They kill for dick, they kill for vagina, they possibly raped me in the past, recorded it. Well, they drugged me. What else? 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 They're not worth pursuing. They're not godly people. So not even as friends, not even as colleagues. That's possibly what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, why do I feel that I need to kill them in self-defense? However, I don't remember why. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Benjamin Suarez and his son said to be decades ago, at least four of them, that due to my placement in this planet as an influencer, they're gonna make sure that I never get taken out on a date, that I never get a massage by a guy, and it thinks that I'm gonna take it out on a date. How stupid is that? It's because these cum buckets, they put up with anything, really. So gross and embarrassing. And they're like, at least I got a massage from him. Ew, you don't know how to schedule your own massage with your own money? Ew, ew, ew. I accidentally clicked disgustingness that Andrew has added so that I'm reminded of Berlin Jean sucking his penis every day. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. Ew, ew, ew. Most of these profiles, it's him illegally prostituting himself. He's a mocker. He's not a man. He's disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He thinks that I'm insulting myself when I was 2 years old and I was making a joke, possibly, or trying to understand a concept out loud in my head that he interrupted. And he thinks that we bonded over that. So he's trying to kill me over it. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They're stuck as if I'm in a 2-year-old face when I'm not. So they steal my money. They're like, she can't drive a vehicle. And that one can. So she's possibly a rape victim of there. More rape victims of Andrew. Possibly. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? More rape victims of Andrew. What? What is this? Crab dick bagel. What the fuck? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Grilled lamb chops with chimichurri sauce. That sounds good. I want to visit. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm ready. What else? Oh, I want to shop. I want to shop. What is that? By Fabletics. That looks pretty. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I love seeing this and then seeing brands and I'm like, what the fuck? In the news in 24, another of Andrew's victims. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? Another of Andrew's victims. What else? More of Andrew's victims. What else? What else? What else? What else? He's disgusting. Doesn't understand branding. What else? 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 More of Andrew's victims. Ew, ese tipo de un puerco asqueroso. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money. Pobrecita, possibly another of Andrew's victims. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. That's so pretty. So relatable too. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. They're trying to create like as in government, like a mi esposa, tú le tienes que besar los pies si la ves. Something that's humiliating for a person and would violate human rights. So they're like to Michael Bucket this one. Le tienes que morder la nariz literalmente en admiración. Si la ves por ahí, so he wants to take me hostage para decirme a con Bucket esta le tienes que dar un beso en el ano. A con Bucket esta lo tienes que abrazar y quitarte la blusa inmediatamente que las tetas, both of them rub hers and yours. This is worse than someone with, what is it? What is that my dad said? With Down syndrome people. My dad said to me decades ago, possibly has him hostage to get a date from me. Decades ago, my dad would laugh and say, Arlene, he uses your siblings of cum buckets. It's so uncomfortable. Then he walks up to me and says, how do I get a date with your daughter? While raping me because he thinks that I'm who makes it happen. I'm just your guardian because of age. So what he wants and you support, I'm like, sure, give it to Jandel. So he's like, how is it that I'm gonna get a date with your daughter when you're like literally so doing everything that your daughter wants? Supports in me. So literally, I got excluded. They're so dumb, stupid, embarrassing. Fuck. ¿Qué carajo es un cum bucket? Ew. You can decapitate Yandel Maraves if he stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my belongings. If he and I had a home together and I've been receiving packages there that are gifts, he needs to get those to me. Those don't belong to him. He can hire an assistant to do that. What else? Instead, he's possibly being like, "This is size 6, ¿cuál de ustedes lo quiere?" And then he has possibly a huge following of leeches there, like, yo quiero todo lo que le llegue a mí. What else? What else? What else? What else? What a failure! What a failure! I wish him well though. He could be a victim. Edgar Munoz Guerrero raped Katie Leon at the hands that Albert could have killed us that day when he raped me too. Instead of setting aside time to get to know me, Albert raped me and did a whole recreation of Arlene lay here, Edgar raped Katie, because you and Arlene should have had a baby already by now, according to whose standards. Okay, even if I had the goal to have a baby with Edgar by my teens, I could have changed my mind. No one else knows that. Me and Edgar. And then he had a girl's dad rape Katie and said to Katie, "Well, I'm taking you out tonight to dance and do the thing like you were together." But it's because Arlene isn't available to me because the girl's dad raped her when she was like 3 in my presence. They're embarrassing. So gross. So gross. They take one hostage and literally say like as if I didn't have anything to do that day. I didn't have to be at the beach by myself. Or with non-com bucket that I haven't met just yet. Para que yo no me mate, para que yo no me ponga celosa cuando yo me entere de que Katie salió con él. Yo no me entero de la vida de él nunca. Weeks later, he's like, I was with Katie at Taco Cabana. Would you like to go to the Witty Museum with me? Here, I'm gonna have you transfer all of your vehicles to Katie that you were meant to have with me. While he steals my money so I can't date anyone. While they terrorize Gloria Mirza and Ramon to not provide for me. I saying, girl, when you have sex, it's gonna be me. Or my brother, but I'm trying to kill my brother before you pick him. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapitate everyone de que te sirve de comeback and then full fiasco. Those people are so detrimental to the planet. They're disgusting. They don't obey the United Nations. They don't understand respect. I want them in my planet. I'm bored. I just burped. And I want to order food for myself apparently. And I need a pedicure. I need a tan. What else do I need? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So Yandel le ha vivido mamando el pelo a mi padre en agradecimiento for me being so supportive of his little career. Awesome. Okay, I never speak. People are like, is that okay if he does that with his life? I'm like, why would I object? What else they live for? I'm proud of you, honey. That's your mother, not me. I've literally said to Jane and Kaylani, I'm proud of you once in the past 5 years. And that should count for the entire 5 years. Ew, ew, ew. These people are so needy, so gross. Like an adult talk to us all day, so we feel important. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Este tiempo se perdió, este es nuevo. Tengo entonces, congratulations to Jimmy Gennaritis que me tiene de rehén a robarse mi dinero, quedarse en mi casa sin mi permiso, robarme mis vehículos, and gets in the way of me receiving money. She's studying me right now. So she's like, well, she doesn't like them, then maybe I'll move on to someone else. Or, hoy se lo mamo más fuerte a John Depp, porque esa nena es una puerca. Oh. When I was 3, she got on top of an adult and raped him and said to me, and that same adult, she walked up to me with a machete and said to me, stay away from my man. La mandaron a head search. She said that she already knew how to brush her teeth, that she's not going to change her disgusting ways ever. These people are outraged. They're like, after Fulanita, or if I killed her, it was the Nintendalities that you need to kill next. In self defense. According, if I killed someone at age 3 or someone my age, according to my parents, that kid had it against me for no good reason, trying to kill me. So my parents, I don't know if that happened, if that's a true memory. They said we're gonna turn off the light, kill her, and I had a knife in my hand. I'm pretty much nonchalant. I don't mess with anyone. Supposedly, that person had vowed to follow me and kill me. I don't remember anything about that person. I don't need to. What else? I'm bored. So they think that they're killing for dick and pussy. That's a mistake. If I killed that person, it was in self defense. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, these are always fun. There's four L's and I just need three of them. So there could be three L's somewhere else. Oceanic Airlines. I'm gonna cook for myself today. What else? What else? They go on and illegally hire prostitutes. They're like, tengo este carro nuevo y alguien no está disponible. Y es estándar, ¿qué crees si te enseña a violar estándar? Y así violan. Y él dice que yo nunca tengo tiempo para él. Posiblemente. It's worse than a kid with Down syndrome. My parents told him. I know nothing about him. I'm bored. This is so slow. I thought I added more food items to my cart. Salga adelante, siente con el corazón solo. I thought I added more. Oh, that could be just one item. They thought that they would hijack my Facebook account with pictures of them in my homes without my permission, con la combo que they've documented like 30 years of doing that shit, embarrassing themselves, possibly sending it to the International Criminal Court. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They think they're important in Ghana with that behavior. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I just see that as same. Anyways, my behavior today is what counts, not what I did when I was 3 years old. I don't need to be corralada como esta gente trata de hacer. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. I'm born. I thought that I was gonna cry and be like, why is he with my sister? And not with me. And I would be like, Bebecita, as soon as you buy me a plane, a vehicle, a home, I'll be with you. I didn't leave your sister. What else? What else? Genocide against myself and my two children. To my students. You can decapitate you then a little Suarez. This stays in my homes with all my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of everything money, steals my money so I can't think. For her, she already did that in my teens. She showed me a calendar. She's like, I've had sex with them like this many times. Come on, Julia, let's stop. And she's like, tú, ¿y cuándo es? ¿Por qué te violan y te llevan a una cita? Mira, mira la foto. A mí me llevan a la playa, a mí me llevan aquí, me llevan allá, mira dónde me lo metió. They object to social media. They're stupid. They're like, that's what you're gonna do to me if you have money. And I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna cry. This is a person of adult age already. That's disgusting. Una asquerosidad. She thinks that being a woman tener las patas abiertas todo el día is embarrassing. And then she's looking into my life trying to rape whoever it is that I date. And trying to say, I'm better darling, I'm better darling. Ew, ew, ew. She tried to lure me in once again to talk to her. Trying to tell me cuántas veces Yandel se lo ha metido por culo. I have no interest in that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ew, that's not a win either as a couple ever. They're embarrassing. Ew. What else? 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 You can decapitate Yandel una vez. He stays in my home without my permission. Steals my money. Gets in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? He may just want to bark behind the scenes that he steals my money so I can date him, and then he hires a comeback and like you need another. Porque that's the amiga que lo keep away from sexual addiction. They're together always. They shop. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Um, to talk to her ever. She's disgusting. She's just a struggler that my parents had around them while her parents worked. And that happened like just a few times. And then I was trying to date Wadi and saw her a few more times. That was it. She's a nobody. Andrew wants to kill me because I call her a straggler. He's like, she was there in those orgies. That's your new best friend for life. Like, you can't force relationships. It's a loco. For una asquerosidad. What else? You can decapitate me. How many sort of sense? Very. Steal my money and get in the way of your ceremony. And financially stable plan to travel plan and meet people, ideally polyamorous men, women too. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Men and women. No, I want to be men or even be women. That I'm not even compatible with. They're disgusting. They want to take one hostage, and they're like, if you saw me naked when you were a baby, then you have to finish the job until 6. They're stupid. I hope they get raped for that kind of attitude, trying to force relationships, is what a lot of people say behind the scenes. The Genie Gender gets raped left and right for trying to rape me. and gets beat up left and right for trying to rape me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else is there? What? What could I investigate? When I'm financially stable, plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous. Ew, don't tell me that based on what I read online, my siblings have taken hostage that Neri's girl por si se forma una pelea entre yo y ella y Jante. Oh, they fake that behind the scenes. Does he terrorize her that way? And creates fake account and be like, Neri, no me lo quite. Okay, I've heard that they do rhythm that way. They're so minorito asqueroso. They don't know how to do be men. Can't get this to work. So they go on to fake an account that said, ahora mismo yo no estaría con ella, estaría con Erling. And she goes like, yeah, worse than Syndrome of Down. So he literally like beats her up emotionally when he thinks that he would have gone out on a date with me. Is what I was warned decades ago that like it's the worst that can happen. I don't need to befriend anyone or find out. That would be so stupid of me. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. My siblings think that they're damage prevention. They're the worst. Literally, I'm the greatest of all times. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Down to our missing teeth, and they are of how destructive they are. In Gloria Nirsa's and Ramon's home. Yeah, they want to pretend that we're Latino culture to justify the my parents raised them in poor. What else? 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 You can decapitate Amber Megan that wants to tell me once again that she's hip cool girl that knows something and reggaeton. They're so stupid. They're just like cum buckets fangirls. Ew, una asquerosidad. Fo. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ya el Anthony Capizano ese se mató. Why is it that it won't send? Um, I don't know. I'll try from my computer then. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally for money. Oh, I need to pick a sleep for this, and the library closes at 8. It was gifting me money today. I just worked. What else? International Criminal Court. You can decapitate Maribel Matias. Those trying to lure me into contacting the police about the abuse towards me for me to see the thousands of hours que ella le mama al pene a Andrew. Mientras piensan en violarme, mientras piensan en porque yo no quiero participar. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, ew, ew. And then she bullied me on Facebook, and he gets off of that. He's like, great job, Maribel. Great marriage that I have with you. He doesn't care. All he wants is semen coming out of his penis on the daily, every time, all day long. What else? What else? What else? What else? Amor. There's what else? Carrots here. What is today? What is the expired? What else? What else? What else? What else? I want to cook for myself. I miss my Bowflex weights. I purposely miss Evelyn y Lorenzo Acevedo sending me a text saying, no te emborraches. They think that people are stupid just because the people comment. They're so stupid, there's no reason for people to comment. I comment because I'm talking to the FBI. Seeking the death penalty for that. Disgusting. I don't do anti-fun buckets. I don't have any desire of taking any of those dicks on a date. Not even when I have financial stability. They're so disgusting. I'm born. Thinking of English. I'm born. I'm born. You can decapitate Legendaries. Lorenzo Suarez then in her teens said to me, not it's so easy to rape my crushes. He steals from me, stays in my homes with all my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money. It's disgusting. My crushes aren't worth pursuing if they are like, I'd rather be her hostage if sex is like fine. I shouldn't talk. I don't want to stress. I need money. They want to give the impression that I have stress of like when I get money, esa tipa está costilla. They're disgusting. El que carajo es eso? Ni el padre la soporta de tan puerca que es. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm born. Hoy Yandel le dice, Kili, vente para la casa conmigo. Enséñale a toda la gente la ropa que Lynn tiene en este closet desnuda que déjame clavarte. There, Aileen, una pendeja, gente, Aileen, una pendeja. You can decapitate Yandel Malavé. If he steals from me, traffics, sex slaves, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me or safety. Porque eso no diga, como esa, he will never be a sex addict. Because he's gonna have thousands like that. These kids are so stupid and non-committal, so afraid to commit that they kill me. And I don't want to be with someone every day, and then they kill one for that. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. So gross. Sex isn't difficult. They want to make it difficult for me, and they're like, dale, Gina, abre las patas live. En cámara, traita a Joana, traita a Yesenia. Arlene hablando de sexo y no tiene ni dinero para hacer nada. Mírame a mí con la carátula esa de Maluma la recreé yo con ustedes tres. Y Arlene tan menorita no sabe tener sexo. That's possibly what they do behind the scenes. You can decapitate Joanna Vargas, you can decapitate Justina Ramirez Lorenzo, you can decapitate Ginny Gendalidis Lorenzo Suarez that want to rape me, that steal from me, that get in the way of me receiving money, they're disgusting. You can decapitate John Del Malave if he stays in my home without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money. I don't have any intention of pursuing him. If I run into him, I may take him out on a date. But I don't specifically do anything to take him out on a date. I may do agree to meet, pay for one of his concert tickets, and say, "Oh, hey, hi." It could be closure for me. I don't foresee myself doing that. That's very unnatural with me. I don't see closure. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? The electricity in my that the city pays for. So because their intention is to kill me, they're like, she has a home with Jamben, mírala aquí, yo tengo la llave. Ay, mira lo que me dio, él le dio las tetas y me dio la llave de la casa. Y Arlene está cometiendo fraude porque tiene un apartamento a través de la ciudad. Alguien que me explique si yo soy la esposa de él o no, porque él me da las llaves de la casa donde él tiene como they're disgusting. They think that I want to see them. They're trying to turn me on and victims of rape naturally get turned on, sadly, and it's still considered rape. What else? What else? What else? There are girls who just after competing for fame, they're disgusting. I'm bored. Well, listen, where's the submit button? What do I need to do? Entonces, behind the scenes, hoy todos se la están mamando a Joana, a Yesenia Ramírez Lorenzo, a Gigi Gendalini, and saying, we're polyamorous. Fake it, everyone. Take pictures and videos. We're sending this to Arlene in 2027 if she's financially stable. And saying, Arlene, mátate. We're all polyamorous with them. Todo el trío que tú querías de hombre. Nos mamamos el pene hoy. They don't know how to be men. They're disgusting. They need to be killed. Those people that are around, they're disgusting. Why does it work? Why is this high like that? Yeah, I'm bored. Did I already fix this? Eric's the same thing. Anyways, I'd rather be alone when I'm financially stable. I plan to just have casual sex only. My apologies if my eyes are like I don't know where to focus. What I have open porque I'm laughing internally at how stupid these disgustingness are. They're embarrassing. They're not men. They literally put me through hell, and then they think that after that I'm gonna take them on a date for them to be like I'm more powerful than Erling. Es un puerco asqueroso, una basura, such a waste of time. I don't ever want that near me. What else? What else? You can decapitate by no means. Horas the sons that rape me, that's the only money that get in the way of me receiving money. My siblings are so disgusting. They think that I'm gonna fight over that thing. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. Some kids get killed. I've heard in some places, but out of self-defense. And sometimes, what is it? It isn't given the chance for rehabilitation because adults confer with, is this kid gonna rehabilitate itself or not? There are mistakes that are made, I've heard. So these buckets try to kill me with the excuse that, let's kill you then. They refuse psychology. Edgar Munoz Carrero impresses me with how good he is of a dad to Jaden Kilani in my presence, porque he'd rather kill himself or have the FBI kill him than admit that psychology exists. What else? 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 I'm bored. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'll fill out the rest. The library is open until 8. What else? I'm bored. Anyways, Ginny Jandal, it is one that Dick, hace tiempo Jandels, Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo Sons that I love, Dick. Who else is Dick? Oh, they walked, these particularly walked up to me and said, Ginny Jandal, it is one, yay. So a esto yo nunca lo voy a sacar una cita, ya that's committed for life con Ginny Jandal. It is, and how many orgasms does that have in a day? At least just one. So that's what it walked up to me to say. I'm committed for life. I don't have time for you ever. Okay. I wasn't seeking love from you anyways. What else? What else? What else? I want my property back. That is steals from me. It's disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Trying to make this work. So if a marriage doesn't work out for them, they try to ruin it for everyone else. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They're very embarrassing. They're gross. Yeah. They don't obey the law. They think they're above the law. Just because they don't get arrested on the daily. They're psychotic. They want to force on them every day. What else? What else? What else? I wonder when I'll receive money and be impatient. What else? What else? Did I copy that or not? Fuck my life. I can't get that submit button. It's not submit. FBI department. What else? You can decapitate James and that it is sort of so through of it decades ago that it is illegal. if they're married to her, they can't have a home with me. Uh, she stays in my home. She's so disgusting. Una asquerosidad. To later brag that she's had even more sex than I have, trying to entice me to rape me with her wealth she possibly acquires, personal wealth. And then she wants to try to rape me with that, like, you're hungry? Here, I'll give you money. Soy mi mamá la topa. She spells out her crime out loud too. She's so disgusting. She doesn't know how to gauge intelligence, so she thinks that I'm gonna talk to her. Estuvo cuántos años brincando en un trampolín. Like, Arlene, dame atención. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. La tipa es una puerca, una asquerosidad. I'm like, if that's what you're gonna choose, congratulations to you too. But why are you stealing from me and trying to rape me? Ew. They're embarrassing. They lie and say we're afraid she has amnesia house. So they try to rape when they're born addicts. So gross. So she goes on telling people, I'm just afraid that she doesn't remember me. And she's married to me. So I need to bring her home with me. And she's just trying to rape me, starting Kehlani. Es un asco. Es una asquerosidad. Ella me roba el dinero. Entonces dice que yo quiero aparentar que soy rica. Es bruta con cojones. Ella quiere saber literalmente cuánto la gente tiene en el banco, like, written on their forehead, people's forehead, for her to base her decision on how she treats people based on this. I don't know. Es un asco, una basura. I'm appalled this system, like, and I'm appalled that people cause me starvation on purpose, so I kill it in self-defense, even though I don't feel like doing that. What else? What else? What else? What else? Es una asquerosidad. Es una asquerosidad. She's trying to mock me that she has a home, that she has a wardrobe. This isn't what I'm posting about. I don't need a logo. I'm tagging them behind this post, Adipa Hall. What else? 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 More. You can decapitate me and that it is in the Lorenzo Suarez. She's disgusting and embarrassing. With her who she's like, oh, entonces Andrew was supposedly saying, Eugenie, no te quito cosa bien, no te quito Fernandito. ¿Qué es esto? Una mujer. Mientras tú estás embarrado por mí porque alguien me quiere, alguien no está detrás de tu sabiendo Fernandito. Maldito sea. Yo voy a tener que seguir llevando citas porque alguien no me quiere. So, yo ya no me quiero yo mismo. Some people say that it's dangerous that those kids had no goals in life and they're like, whatever, I'll just move in with Arlene. I'm the victim. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. Their sex life is so gross. You can decapitate me and that is Lorenzo Suarez, they're possibly still lies that I have Alzheimer's trying to rape me. She's disgusting. Oh, that's why she said to me on Facebook, Arlene, don't, you never posted anything. So si una actúa muda, they lie about how one behaves. I'm naturally quiet anyways, so they take advantage of that. They're embarrassing and they have a whole military of asquerosidad que le dan mi dinero para que ella coma y me mate. son unos puercos, una basura. O ellos le tienen miedo a ir al strip club y pagan ilegalmente a la prima. Décimo, whatever, para que se lo ame creyéndose que nadie sabe eso. Dan un asco. Son una basura. What? I was on board. You get the copy to your honey, so that's what it's the sons. Narrate me. That's it. My money. That's getting the way I'm receiving money. They possibly drug me. Have pictures out there that pretend that he was happy with me. Never. I don't respect that. That's not a preview of what it could have been. He's just belittling me and trying to take advantage of me. That my parents are war heroes and very much frazzled. So he just terrorizes them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't have a wardrobe. Fuck my mind. I have to use the restroom to pee. No, I don't want to get up into this. What else? What else? What else? So what they've been given is the stupidity that they're like, well, at least let me fake being married to her. So he's constantly jerked off every day for the past 5 years that I've been posting online to the thought of me instead of pursuing me like a man. That's embarrassing. That's not worthy. That's not God like ever. Yeah. In my apartment is what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate my homies out of sons that rape me to steal my money. They get in the way of earning money that cause me starvation, cause they didn't get on to be separated from me. They made my kids cry. They're so disgusting. My kids didn't need to cry because they didn't have a set of grandparents alive when they were born. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Well, he puts his penis where he wants to, and he's like, I never lost my freedom with my marriage to our lady. Es bruto. Es bruto. Eso la iglesia lo condena. Eso es idolatría. I don't even think that I'm that special. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Living a fantasy marriage with me. Well, it's just doing whatever it wants to be doing, thinking that he's considered like the party guy. I'm still to a lot of people. When it comes to a responsible mother-in-law not having a penny in the bank while alive, and they still don't do anything. They're trying to rape me. Those disgustingness that they prefer. They're embarrassing. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else is good for the money? What else? What else? They just want to be dando consejo todo el día because they don't, if they don't have people to rate, then they confer and they're like, déjale este consejo before, like, I don't want to do that. And someone else that listens says, well, I'll do that. That's actually what I wanted to do. And they're like, yeah, mi consejo sirvió. But sometimes if I feel like consejo wasn't for you, I wasn't trying to whip you into shape. Ew, I'm not attracted to you sexually. No, no, ¿cuál es el consejo? And then they go on to run lives. They're like, no, ahora está ahí, me voy a ir por la universidad con una clase que yo les recomendé a otra persona. Y yo no quiero que haga eso. So they literally stalk them out of the university, out of the classroom. Ew. And the person's like, I was gonna do this anyways. They're not gonna. Then how much should she wait to take the class? Never. No, you can't ever take that class. They're just disgusting. So embarrassed. I'm bored. I want to order food for myself. Just get chicken. I'm bored. Congratulations to Maria Luisa Rosa que se lo mama del que lo viola. If that's what she wants to hear, Maria Luisa Rosa que me lo siga. Así que mami gasta si me como un vehículo y lo a mi dinero and gets in my way to say to me. And they think that I'm gonna post and be like, keep on dando. Porque then she thinks me, un muchacho en España que me vio la foto y dice, ay, qué lindo foto, interesante, son me gusta. Oh, ese traje. You're embarrassing. What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, vegetarian, and me people gonna be people. Did Tinder rate me with Maria Viscoso? Last Sunday, I can't remember. I don't want to keep track of that. You can kill him if he's raped me. Or plans to rape me again. So disgusting. I'm gonna hike by myself next week. I'm gonna shop. Oh, I haven't added the food. That is so weird. I thought I did. The two items on my order card. And what What else? 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 when I'm financially stable, I plan to talk with people, but so it seems like I'll be my own. What is a song with a thing of myself? I just ordered the rice and broccoli. I'm just saying I was money when I'm financially stable, friends with Charlie Turtle, and we can probably do everybody in our meeting. What else? They're disgusting. I think the confident of yourself ourselves trying to rape me. They're disgusting. Also, trying to rape Jimmy Kimon. What else? Oh, I wonder if this would have been good. Like mashed potatoes with lettuce and like, yeah, that's not like the culture and a lot, but they're disgusting. And then calling Jaden, calling Kaylin. I may just end this live video. If they answer the phone, they want me to respect their privacy. What else? And not post about the conversations with me that completely rejected everyone that I from without even getting to. What else? I'm bored. And then there's this there. I'm bored. Hi, my love. I'm calling to say hi and I love you. I will call you again tomorrow. Bye. They possibly confirmed with the house that they put around me. So did you see our room? Ew. Mm. Again tomorrow. Bye bye. You know, because they infiltrated every place that I worked, trying to achieve financial stability so I will seek the life penalty for them and I kill myself. Or so that I get raped by them and move back into my home. or move into my home for the first time. I read, ew, ew, ew. Oh, does he have pictures of me in my own home and he faked me living there? And he's like, she's just being selfish. Why can't I have someone here while she's not here? I've never lived with them. They kidnapped me, possibly drugged me, and then staged pictures of me and him. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. I'm bored. I don't know which. You can accommodate my siblings. I've also have invited people to weddings that I won't ever participate in to myself. That's how they rape children. They're like, oh, no, let's stay in touch for the rest of our lives. They're like, you have a nephew, a baby nephew, bring it to him, or be the next one. That's why we're incompatible as well. This is a rapist, a pedophile, murderer, thief. It's disgusting. Doesn't know how to organize orgies where people are for the most part safe. That the FBI would then interfere. So a rape. That's like half of the time of a lot of disgusting. Then they want to be famous for being club. So they do photo ops. They don't live, they just live for the club. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Around financial stable, put into trouble, vulnerable people like you. I want to eat first lunch. What else? The reason why they're trying to kill me, those people that I grew up around, it's like, how can she be celebrating the anniversary and she didn't take me to a party? How can she be released celebrating the face of the birthdays and she didn't take me to a party? The library was built and she didn't take me to a party. So whoever took him to the party because some bucket estaba en Disney no tenía dinero porque tú se lo robas, so she can't take you on a date. Entonces le dice, dale, con bucket. Llévame a la biblioteca en San Antonio porque a mí no quiere. He quiere que yo me prostituya ilegalmente porque then it would be effort. He doesn't understand orgies. He's stupid with two O's. So I grew up in Wanderlust, whatever, toddler exploration. He apparently remembers everyone que me metió dedo and he hates because he's like, if I had met her a virgin, then that would have worked out. That's incompatibility right there. So he wants to kill me as the poor Arlene that wasn't a virgin, la tocó medio mundo. When I don't even remember, I don't even live my life feeling with such sadness towards myself. It's embarrassing. It's so gross. It's disturbing. Ew, ew, ew. I'm so bored right now. I'm throwing away this orange. I can't eat it. I'm bored. There was more that I was gonna say with Tom, but I don't remember. I don't like my rights being violated. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that has raped me, everyone that has raped me while drugged, possibly, that willingly raped me is disgusting. So because I refuse to take him out on a date, he steals my money so I can't date him. He's going on to say, well, she's less than anyone, and goes on to rape me, possibly takes pictures and pretends to people that I enjoyed it. And wants to sell me a fantasy now that he and I had a marriage together. He thought that the people, literally, he thought that everyone will give me Alzheimer's, like everyone on the planet. He's hoping that everyone on the planet gives me Alzheimer's for him to say, what do you mean? No, I'm trying to mierda. Why don't you see these picture you and our relationship. Here's a new picture of one. Here I took you to your birthday in Miami. You and I in a yacht. You and I in a pool. You and I in our home, so lovely. In our chalet in school. In our chalet in college. In our chalet in Switzerland. How many times have you joined me? What else? What else? What else? What else? Or he photoshopped me in some pictures. Or he wants to show me un compendio de la convoque y el convoque in every one of my properties with him. And be like, but wouldn't you like that life with me? ¿Qué carajo es eso? Kill it already. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But anyway, when I finish receiving I'm going to travel with my enemy before you like next year. They're just trying to destroy my health. They're like, if you can take a few years away from her mind, then she'll be sexier. That's why he is maldito becerro. I'm not my house anymore, and I'm not ugly. But I'm not baby good anything. Because I can't baby good money. So wants to kill everyone. Okay, yeah, baby good money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I see. I hate and more congratulations to Andres Alvarez, Alex Suarez, y Anthony Capizano es el entonces de on the arranged marriage to James and the Santos Suarez dedicated to them. She keeps taking hostage everyone that I like, and it's after finding out who it is that I met on Tinder or Bumble that I've dated, she tried to lure me in to do a thing where she invades my privacy and says, I can offer you a better life whenever you come with me. Or maybe a one night stand for me. She wants to turn it into a for the rest of her life, just so that if she runs into me in a place with that person, very unlikely, then she'll celebrate that she took it away from me. She's disgusting. Loca. Una asquerosidad. Una asquerosidad. Ew, ew, ew. Ew, ew, ew. Entonces Evelyn promises her that when she kills me, then she'll come out as a lesbian with her. So they make themselves false promises after my vagina pictures. Ugh. They're embarrassing. It's so gross. Ew. I've done great for my life compared to how many velocidades I I grew up around. They're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. So coming out as lesbians isn't something difficult. I know my sibling just tries to make it like it is for her to take advantage of. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. And or some sort. You can give me money in person to a PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky. Blue Sky Design is going up to straight to my heart. And Lorenzo Art Shop. INTAYIAFAY and Art Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/app/ID-Lorenzo-Asada. So basically, so these grosses, they are people that I grew up around, and they're like si quieres padre responsable, esa tipa padre no para venderle la leche a uno. So they stole my money, they steal my homes, they steal my vehicles, they get in the way of me receiving money, trying to turn me into madre responsable que solamente lo que quiere es pitear. They're disgusting. There's an order to sex, and they don't want to accept it because they don't want people to have more than what they have. They're stupid. They so they hold competitions too with this kind of stuff like ¿cuántas personas te tocó already? They know their death penalty working too, so they're like before I die I want to be as many people. One of them I think has from these decades ago. Or hear him speak off of that. I think it's pretty nuts. Anyways, I just posted on Facebook. And I called Jane and I got the one over the what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? They possibly taking my kids hostage, offered them modeling jobs through Edgar. And they're like, when your mom dies, then you can have the Instagram account that you want. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. They're illegal prostitutes, so they're trying to rape children. They're embarrassing. If they were godlike, they would have had the opportunity to meet my children through me sexually decades ago in a respectful manner. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? So basically, what they're trying to do is to use Sarah until menopausal, and then they won't get me pregnant. Kill them already, all of them. Because Sarah's on birth control, according to her, and I refuse to go on birth control. So they love La Americana. They love La Americana that goes on birth control. I don't. I hope they're not around when I'm menopausal. I don't even know when that will be. You can decapitate John Mother if he's trading sex slaves, steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money so I can't date, I can't get pregnant again, steals my vehicle, steals my home, you can decapitate Sarah Francis. It's so stupid. You can decapitate me, how many spider sons, sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of receiving. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What is the financially stable time to show up for many people I can't be listening? What else? 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 I'm bored. Who's there is Andrew and Melanie Drake? No, is that who it is? I'm not even. I knew in 2020 that those fake accounts, some of them may have been one of them. They're lazy little people that I grew up around. They're not even rich with this stupid behavior. If he thinks I'm gonna ask him out on a date, he's wasting precious time of his life because I won't ever date him into abusing me. Because possibly the police is giving him a chance to actually connect with me as a human, as a man, so that they don't give him the death penalty, and he is ignoring them. He's trying to match my language. He's like, she called me stupid, I'm gonna call her stupid. If I weren't hungry and I didn't have any issue, I wouldn't be using this language and I wouldn't be seeking him either. What else? What else? What else? Ese tren pasó hace tiempo. Uf, this is own birthday party sadly. What else? People said before you get to 18. She's one of those. Before you get to 18, rehabilitate yourself if you even achieve 18. And you haven't rehabilitated yourself, she's not going to take the risk of going to jail with you ever. What else? 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 Then he wants some law change. Why adulthood is 18 and not 13? It's hype and average for people to be self-sufficient, such as cooking and driving, if necessary. What else? What else? What else? What else? Na compatibilità, ma nel senso che me la migrare, ma me la fanno también. And that's what he does. I know that it's not there. What else? Like Brazilians and that. What else? What else? What else? Literally, for example, is a woman. She's like, as long as it's clear what you're into insulting her and not touching her body, I'm happy. Keep messaging her. Cabrito 9 years younger than her. Alex también. Dale también. Make me happy. Like, I'm really, we have to keep her happy porque ella pone la cartera encima del counter y I'm like, cuando ella me envía fotos, we're so grateful and so excited. Lord, I'm bored. I'm staying in the same movie. I'm staying in the same movie. What else? This is Anthony Capisano play with himself, blocking me from Facebook. I've heard that do that. What is that? I couldn't tag in the post, but I've heard that they do that. They play with it. That's for someone with a person that's cruelty or girls. The Department of Homeland Security in the United States Department of Justice, Department of Justice, Central Intelligence. You just need the Department of Justice. Coffee and Maria, how disgusting these people are. They're lazy and time wasting. They're trying to get in the way of my reproductive rights. Like I said, Jandel se la mama Sarah Francis because she's on birth control still, and I refuse to go on birth control. But he steals my money and pays her possibly with money that is my own personal money while he tries to kill me because there's no use for me. What else? 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 I won't be taking them around on a date. I won't be doing the meet and greet. I'll stay away from his concerts. Pero I may just attend his events. I have a right to do that. Or seek closure if I want to. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? I'm more very likely I'm not the secret. Yeah, okay, awesome. When we were done a few days ago, I'm like, I am not. That's the progression of things. What else? 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 He said he has a wife that travels, and he says, "Baby, you're always like between hotels and airports. Thank you for faking to be our main come but good." No, he steals my money and gets to know I embarrass him, and so he's like, "She can't be funny to the fuck." So Gender is gonna kill him, like the FBI. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? People always say that that's the Andrew effect. Porque Jungle was like seek the death penalty for Sarah. And Albert calls Aker to rape Katie. I won't ever seek him on purpose. I'm never home. What else? 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 Wow, I'd be so sure. I don't need to work if I don't want to. Outside of the animation. He wants me to publicly educate his cum buckets that steal from me for him to get off sexually that I'm their dumb. So it's like, go away, you're bothering me. I'm just here stitching, I'm just here cooking. I'm just here doing something productive for myself, being with Jaden Kilani, just went on a hike with Jaden Kilani, ignoring them. Okay, he wants me with those people who already attended school. And he's disgusting. He wants me to be telling Sonia Garao Chamo to have even heard of the United Nations. So they're trying to claim the board that I'm the teacher. They're disgusting. I'm an educator by nature. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. Ew. Qué asco. Mira esto, no, día 2020. Embarrassing. Ew. What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. Water got our money for that's his favorite porn line. Entonces ahí es cuando nos meten el pene a la pompa que cuando se ahí ya. Ese es su verbo. My God. Like, it's still like this, so I can't do it. And I was to tell myself. So one of them is probably the fifth moment you got pregnant today. You know, that we're at the library. Anyways, that sounds like a plan. When has it not turned into you? And esa es la compatibilidad es como excusa. Nunca te había pasado por ese estrés y cuando él le mete en la cara le dice, tú le robas el dinero a alguien para violarme, cállate o te mato. I've heard you have enough data to they like taking her on dates so that they don't jail for rape or so that she doesn't kill. I've heard. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I will get in the competition even that it is on society. Still going when it gets in the way of nursing money. If it's in competition project, she's so disgusting. She stays in my home without my permission. So I can't date. As if when I die, I'm gonna remember that. She's stupid. She is stupid. It's so embarrassing. And then, well, that's our grandma. Así de dos horas se sorprende con un I don't know. What else? Did you see that? Oh, what else? I'm bored. Posted so sweet today. And I'm trying not to. What else? Yeah, like for real, these are his kids and he's for real can't control it. Ew, 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 ew. That's his biggest pet peeve decades ago, supposedly. What is it? Gaslighting. And they're like, well, that's what dad hates. That's what we're going to become. Que lo manda estar pariendo muchacho con tanta mujer. Are his parents very Catholic, or he's vying for his dad to get an annulment and marry his mother Catholic so that he's a worthy person in his family? He has no. Ew, 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 ew. Ew. Wow. Ew. 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 It's repeated they say the love like us in the What else? I've been advocating for my people. Yeah, qualifiers. I'm just like has qualifiers where he goes, I'm not meet with anything. Disgusting. I sometimes use it about me. I don't want that near me ever. I need to listen to it all. That's usually money. So that I have used for him to long for his mother. That they have a better family than me while growing up. They're embarrassing. I thought that would go away. Not with parents in the ew. He lives in Bears with his mother. Mm-hmm. I was like, "We are amazing." I'm like, "What the fuck is this? Do you want me to?" I'm like, "Oh." What else? What else? And warm. Eso es lo que tiene ganas de reírse when we're financially stable. Pero sigue the death penalty for them. Some people don't have to work for their money, they just get money. Some people don't call what they do hard work. They want to make it seem like life is so difficult. Yeah, this thing. This is what it will this. This. So basically, so how's life? How can life be difficult? 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 What else? They want to literally like get my password, start typing on Facebook. All 1,300 people that want to rate me. So I'm losing the way for my parents. They're just listening. They want control from my parents. But it's amazing things that they continue to do. How can life be so difficult? I love this experience. I have a few pictures from the one I was on. I don't know. What else? How can life be difficult? How can life be difficult? What else? How can life be difficult? Yeah, that was a fun night too. What else? What else? Oof, these are lovely too. Please excuse the pictures on this left side. It was a lovely family. I took myself to church, didn't I? To City Trauma. And I was San Antonio. Oh, there's a few. Really, I like that building. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Cooking for myself. I am reading. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Um, I took pictures of flowers. How is life difficult when there's no juca and one is craving juca that day? And that's like the gandules. We're gone. That is a difficult day in my life. Like that's the worst that could happen to me ideally. I need to visit another store to get their job or just switching hands and cooking something else. What else? 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 You can wake up to feels my money every single day. Everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, even the capital. Everyone that steals my vehicles, even the capital. What else? They're like she's a joke. If her baby daddy that had sex with her won't give her money, then she must have been a bad babe. They don't understand social cues. They don't understand that people don't mix in finances unless like it's like they're trying to blow your living room. Things that I'm gonna take it down as sa yang status clothes, there's one more time. I don't want every day. But at least my day to make one suffer because there not being enough men suffer over things that doesn't like me. That just makes sense. What else? More. There's only one way to get sex up and it's called respect. No, I'm gonna beat you up to what? I recorded. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm on provider. People are so annoying. around where I grew up because there's like literally thousands of bad mothers where I grew up around that pay for everything for their kids, but they don't respect them. That they're like, wow, she's mom provider. Let's steal from her someone. They're rapists, murderers, thieves. Kill it already. I'm appalled it's still. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? I'm bored. Also, I'm home. The physical for the server is over people, and I don't want to do that. So they still my phone because they're like, you're more wanted of our nation to run. But Sarah wanted to claim her future and legal foreign. So I'm gonna use your money to pay Sarah to be our comeback. I think he officiated one of them a ceremony. That crazy. Oh, Sarah, do you agree to be our comeback? I'm like, no. He's like, I'm gonna kill you right now. You don't stay. I got reported you saying, Sarah, do you agree to be our comeback? And she may be saying, yes, I'm going to come here as a comeback. The majority of people will not even want to put up my demeanor doesn't spell I'm for comeback at all. One else, so there I have that. Yes. La, la mujer que también Berenice comeback. They have to do that it is something because it's supposed to be trying to make me stay in my home for all my La mujer que también Sarah Francis, just a coworker, I understand that I was dancing with, I didn't know that she stays in the home to communication skills, maybe it was that's another word. I never have another week of her to I mean, she wasn't taken stay. What else? The mother had to do decades of so her daughter. They come to take a little money that's a little money. My home permission still you can compensate from I think when you come around as well. I thought they were already done, even done then. So I don't cry about it, that there's no crying that I need to do. When I finish this thing, when I tan, when I have settled for myself that I can, date, these people gonna make it believe like it's so difficult to be 40 and not be able to date. Home, with all of us, brother, kind of still, the homeless, all of them, everyone just there, and what else? It wants to choke me on the scenes that my hair is graying because I'm not already. It steals my money to belittle me that my hair is gray behind the scenes. Él vio que novela es esa. I don't care about it. And wants to recreate it every fucking little stupidity with me. It's disgusting. Uses the excuse that he's being mean to me so that the ladies don't fall in love with him. I'm like, well, the lady here won't ever fall in love with you either. Keep being stupid, and if that's what you want to do. Porque he is trying to give me an opportunity back then to catch him into marriage so that no one else could. That's not me. There's always in the year life is going to be having a hard time, and if not, it's not a big deal. What else? What else are you guys doing? And here it was excited. I'm like, no, maybe someone to walk over there. Well, yeah. So they want to make me see la bomba que soy pecadora y por eso por ser mujer facilita que le abro la pata. No, they're literally with their phones y mira, mira, mira con 5, 4, 3, 25, 40 and letting people know the business why a woman can't date what the bomba is out there raping. They're disgusting, they want to celebrate behind the scenes de tener por ser hombre. Esta, mira, mira, I think so. She, that they can see on the website. Nada, sin tu permiso. This is disgusting as this. So, well, does they have a website? Maybe was with Then I enter from word that so if you want to do something, then dance on your own. I can let you garden or do something. And then do the thing. And you welcome me to garden. And the wife of this name for the album. My husband's lot of sisters, half brother. So they want to do a reverse of invitation to like film myself like I'm in more important than Pablo's wife. That's why I was like, I wasn't there because you, pobretona that doesn't have any money, invited me. I don't know where they get that fucking language. With them. Oh, this is a website. I ordered a t-shirt. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm going. So this is the music that she has posted. So no one else can have it. Still, that was decades ago. His mother said to me, "You have a problem." I said, "No, you have a problem. I don't want that stress in my life. I don't want my children to be this stressed out." She said, "No fair. My kid is stressed out. More to be with you and has a come back at another son." Like, well, that's his decision. She's like, didn't you almost marry and so I'm looking for a way out? Then maybe when my kid is in that situation, you know, it's not into marriage. Fucking on your mother already. What else? What else? What else? What else? And this is my money and terrorize millions and two of them means sons to not provide for me to raise me as if I have first steps of the vagina when they told me you're stupid. And they basically put a lot of people's relationship opportunities that I wouldn't tell to someone that wants to be with me. What else? Maybe he's a little bit from home porque orange. Como Dios se llama de gata. My dad may say he better be careful. So he loses this. I wasn't remember. He may not recognize me. He may not even know. I definitely don't know who I am. What else? I went to a concert. The songs are so cool. What else? No, probably anything that it is used for. The stability of my condition steals my vehicles. It steals my money. So I can't date to do a little I had sex today. You didn't. I'm richer than you, even if I steal from you. So if you want your money or for me to even give you a donation, you're gonna have to be agree to me. And these come buckets supported your soul roses, but they're like liquor too. So she gives you your own money. Baby, I forced and children. They're so little. I just didn't understand. I was like, it's so many things. Uh, I'm going when I'm financially stable. I just talk for fun and meet people like you people understand. So Andrew showed his age and it's less than. With this message, then I think I feel myself. Wow, and be nice to your friends. I got sex addict point all over this. And like mira, my manager or moms him before, and I make her said, mira, Melanie Drake. Then this I must do one look. And the thought of you and I being together, that's never gonna. He does this because it's like gardening doesn't get days. Three people messaged me to the inbox and I got late today. I didn't have anyone, so I was not bored. My siblings want to kill me, so I stopped flirting with their husband. They're embarrassing. They're stupid. They don't understand relationships. They don't understand marriage. They don't understand sex. Ew, 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 ew. So embarrassing. Yeah, anyways. What my outfit? I wonder if there's a lot of questions. And California. What else? When I'm financially stable, I'm going to travel with my like when I'm alone, don't live my life. I won't ever seek it. That is so disrespectful. They're like, you're having babies with someone that isn't me. Like, I have no money. And they will keep going. I'll rape you another time. No, because I see one as less there. And they're like, you have no money, not even for food. Muérete, yo te digo. Mientras él estaba muy nervioso, y le dice, dale, Mori, modéralo, tiene Nike, ahora sí que le enviaron al link. They're disgusting. You can decapitate whoever the spouse is. If he's a compositor, you know, I don't need to go on to find out anything about his life. To me, they're disgusting. They're want to be famous. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? And then he tries to get me to kill myself, say that your career, your vehicle, that is because I'm not going to write songs or living in Lebanon. What? Oh, he's played Madison Garden. They did that on purpose too. So they're like, Arlene, we stole her money. You wouldn't have wanted to see her. You should have been abriéndome la puerta. So this is a gold rocker, not a husband. Una que no see them. And un enfermo sexual, una que no see is a rapist or a Nazi. So he possibly wants to make me cry once again because I have money to have a concert at Madison Square Garden and I just haven't done it ever. That he steals from me. So he wants to laugh at me and be like, no, 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 this isn't good for Madison Square Garden. And he thinks that he's taking worthy material is so stupid. I don't want that near me ever. That's what they live for the comparison. They're embarrassing. 2013. Ros, 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 ros. Y en el 2022, of the stupidity that is done there is, they use this basically class comeback and basically the whole time while almost. And then ask people who are here do the same with her. What else? Oh, I may have even shared it on Facebook that they were in concert. I like music. What else? Down syndrome is what my dad has. In the meantime, que se la continúe mamando Sara if that's what he wants to do. And I don't have the death penalty. I don't ever want him near me. I won't be pursuing him. I may just out of curiosity buy a ticket for a meet and greet. I probably wouldn't accept that they are going to invite him on a date or a meet and greet. What else? 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 I'm bored. They just want to mock me. Sarah. That's stupid. What else? 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 First person that you felt uncomfortable with and you felt raped by during one of those orgies. That's what he's trying to do, getting those people married. So he's trying to get me to marry with Lorenzo, and that's why he steals my money porque supuestamente ya me tiene de money. Entonces así me daré. You know, at an orgy, I was like on one of his guy's dick and then on his brother's dick too. And she walked up to me, crawled up to me, and went like, I can do better. Moved me out of the way, did the same accent. Ew, ew. So my parents got me out of those orgies. So that's what they were fucking me the whole time. That's what they stated. I heard that's their decision to put their dick there, and then they moved her into my home, not understanding that I was meant to have peace. And then, like as an adult or teen, because they're much older than me, I could have lost my virginity to them in my own home or on a trip. They went on to move in everyone of the people that have sucked their dicks into those homes stealing from me. That's so disgusting. I don't ever want that near me. So I don't pursue her. That's why so many mistakes is compatible with me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's giving her power that she doesn't need, that she doesn't understand, that she can't have. And they don't get that. That me as a woman would rather die. I want to die, but I would rather die than be in a relationship or even in a quick buttery 5 minutes of how until his penis it takes it to get semen out of when he's been so disgusting. What else? 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 Oh my God, wait first. Looks like it's frozen and a version. Like if you add it, probably below that and then probably that and then probably what else? 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 Um, my siblings are trying to kill me and they starve me. They're like, oh, she understands what ejaculation is because we haven't been with her during sexy time where we rape. And we've drugged her to rape her. We don't know that she understands ejaculation in men. We don't want her to disappoint anyone. So they want to literally rape me. Anyways, good for them. Good for them. To be there. You know, that's I think it's much better than never at all. That's him interpretando certain songs and something like that. I heard negative. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm hungry. So the Iraq bucket. You have to remember every one of my precious partners stop seeking the death penalty for you. And not because you steal from me, you're gonna know I'm stealing money. You stay in my homes without my permission, you steal my vehicles, you're disgusting, you're disobeying the law. There's no such thing as a human coming bucket ever. That's a violation of rights. You're just disgusting. What else? 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 And if you thought that I'm sorry, I would remember my crushes that I would be like, oh, I need to put on a woman now. From now on, make it okay. Later, no, I'm gonna be doing this only in rodeo show. Thank you, Jordan. That's what I wanted to get the pictures of your nephews. Look, I'm gonna be, if I need to be here 3 years, 4 years, 5 years until I get money, I get data and money back living with me, then that's what I'm up to. Not my ideal situation. I want to receive money today. I'm not illegally prostituting myself. I don't have a home with this individual. This is a terrorist. So disgusting. What else? Just because my name is in the title doesn't mean that he and I are a thing. They're disgusting. If they were men, they would have done the right thing. What? You know, I promise you that if you and I go on a date, I won't ever be bringing them up. That's what they want to make me sound like at a time that and my post, and I don't start behind every post that I post on Facebook. So it's a good indicator for people. Uh, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? All I want to say to John because he's very handsome or por la iglesia con esa persona. That's why he has millones de dólares in a career. Huh? Entonces they belittle themselves. Tan lauderos y no puedo. Dan un asco, dan un asco, son una basura. They constantly go on promoting and saying that yo, por ser pecadora, no tengo dinero y Yandel por ser un hombre casado, por eso es que tiene dinero. Así pierden jevas, I've heard, y pierden jevo. People are like, what the fuck, are you anti-polyamory? I didn't know that. It's so stupid. You know, they're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. You can make taste their friends in my home on my permission. This idea goes so glad that I haven't talked to my family for more than 4 years. They would not delete the phone numbers. In person, I need to be a participant in some form of informed and seeking the best ability for them and why. If I'm not in a form, then I want to avoid being in a form. God, also so disgusting. This guy literally knew that she's with me. She's cold. They think about they serve a better woman than me. Ew. I'm I think we I'm being patient. Some people do not know that you want them to look in herself, and then people give you and ask the God is a because God is a friend. To waiting for it to be obvious that they maybe doesn't know Gloria is gone, so what now? Why haven't I received this money then? And I keep receiving this stupid emails. Oh, these Gloria is emailing me. And I was like, oh, there's a thumb with the shit even assistant. And he tries to cover it up, cover more darkness still. No way, they're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. Anyways, I want money so I can eat today at something like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna not hit my notes. I'll take it. Again, they count the baby who leaves on his son, half brother, making ministries, and then when I was a teen, someone showed me pictures and videos of himself with the other two females, stating that that could have been me. Having sex with him is very cruel, very gross. If you're already abused, they keep beating you up until you die. They think that's gonna make me rise and become like a great woman to them, for them to brag that they draw like the best out of me when I was already the best and them still the best. And they would literally like punch me to the ground and then be like, no, she's trying because she's next to me. Oh, he wants to delete my birth. Like any influence from my parents. So he killed my mother. He steals from me, traffics me into poverty, starvation after I took me to the conquistador. And luego la metí en San Antonio too. I took myself to some foresty sunny TV and the motherland and the library. So it never ends to him because he wants me to like forget. Doesn't understand the brain either. Doesn't want me to ever remember my children while I'm with him. So he wants to delete my birth and then be like, I literally like raised her, made her a woman. These are terrorists and girls, they're leaders and mercenaries. Ew, 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 ew. They want to force compatibility. They're disturbing. What else? What else? The library is closing soon. I want tacos today. No. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And this weekend was stress. What else? No, yeah, maybe I'm more inactive concerned. The reason I was playing because I went to life and I have the music on at a very low volume. What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel around and meet people ideally from Emerson. I'm excited about that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? My lord. He's after my generational wealth on the Acevedo sign, so he killed Rodriguez, son. And then he's trying to kill me, trying to get that money too. Porque he serves Melanie Acevedo Lorenzo wants to kill me, that killed Rodriguez as well. They literally he said, oh my God, I'm saying Melanie Acevedo fue la primera enviarme ever foto de su vagina. That's who I'm loyal to. And then we're bored and they go like I'm loyal to the modeling too. Okay, what the fuck? I'm not gonna be yo wasn't trying to pursue you. Yo no me levanto todo los días como que hoy un día me voy a no, I'm not that delusional. I'm stupid. They live in the Philippines sometimes. You can look how people are a little so and that can be so stays in my home with all my graduation skills, my vehicle kids and the way we are seeing money skills and my money. They're disgusting. Anyways, Anyways, I want to add dessert to this while I'm in my apartment and order food for myself. Oh, I already did add the dessert. They just that I relinquish Alex's dick. That's not a man pursuing ever. So they want to do like a follow up every few years of where do we stand. Arlene is still losing. We still have a lot of sex. And we're like with everyone that hates Arlene, so we're winning. Well, they steal my money. They've caused dating Kalani to be separated from me for no good reason because I'm very happy by myself or with dating Kalani and Tinder or meeting people dating casually. What else? 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 You're disgusting. That's why they bully one. Embarrassing. I don't want that in my life again. We have a day on the further and she stays in my home without my permission. Traffic me into poverty, steals my money. What else? What else? You're so disgusting. Weird. Why did that there? Picture. Habitate outside of the girls. Embarrassing. They're so gross. They beat one up literally. Sleeping with her thing through a vagina. They're like, I need to know if he's with her. If not, I'm not gonna continue with him. They're embarrassing. They're disgusting. Él se cree que tiene un WWE ring. No embarrassment, una capacidad. Someone put a helmet on this disgusting guy. It's disgusting. Mira esto, esta es una puerca, una basura, una asquerosidad. Matan por pena y por vanidad. Ew. Ew. Yeah, yes, the holy trying to avoid girls because of the penalty. So some people are gonna be like, that's why we're mad because I've heard that's what her uncles did and her aunts. That's why we want to know. How come you make it drink and I use much more pleasurable? They're planning on marrying each other behind the scenes, pretending to be together so that they they're disgusting. Ella no me puede decir qué casa yo compraré una puerca, esa tipa en una basura. Look at that. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Caro Cristina, whatever her last name is. Me into my parents' home to rape me there, making announcements of who's gonna bathe me as an old lady. I want like an actual nurse to take care of me in my home if needed, but I hope I don't ever do that. Ew, embarrassing. Ew. You can another kid trying to read. They're disgusting. No, there's no such thing as first dibs. Hospitals, I'm born. behind the scenes so I can save him, but I don't go on to get his feedback of him raping me after saying, I saw your video and you said, why is this so slow? I'll show you how slow my penis is. And then it shows it like blood on so it would go on board. It was to mistreat me as if I'm betrayed with a Bulgarian in a boarding where I'm not being supervised. It's brutal. It's the death of me, literally so disgusting. Then it acquires groupies, fans of him mistreating me and then saying, yeah, you're right. We're gonna get the laws changed so you can kill her. They're disgusting.